Welcome back to Watch the Cook. Today we're going to be making Katsudon. Katsudon is a Japanese dish that is essentially a Panko fried pork chop. It gets steamed and served over rice, onions, and eggs. So to get started, rinse 2 cups of white sushi rice in a pot until the water runs clear. The rice really shines in this dish, and we want to make sure to get rid of as much starch as we can from the coating of the rice kernels, which will give the rice a really nice bite in the finish. This can take several changes of water, but it's totally worth it. Once your water runs clear, keep just enough to fully submerge the first knuckle of your index finger. Then transfer the pot to a burner on high heat until you reach a boil. Afterwards, reduce the heat to low and let simmer until cooked. If you like, you can add some mirin or soy sauce to impart some more flavor into the rice. While our rice is going, we're going to start working with our pork chops. Using a meat tenderizer or a heavy cast iron skillet, pound the cutlets until they are about 1/4 inch thick. A Ziploc bag or a thin layer of cling wrap is your best friend here, and it'll keep your workstation clean. Once our cutlets are thinned out, we're ready to prepare our dredge. We're going to use a 3-stage dredge of flour, then egg, then panko. The flour step before the egg allows the panko to cling on really well to the cutlet, and also helps make sure that when frying, none of the oil comes into direct contact with the meat and dries it out. Skipping the flour will give you a patchy fried look and the meat won't be as tender, so don't skip it. So crack 3 eggs into a container that'll hold your largest cutlet and give them a whisk. Then get 2 more containers of roughly the same size and add about 1 cup of all-purpose flour to one and about 1 cup of panko to the other. You can always re-up these while you're dredging if you need more. If you coat the cutlets thoroughly at each stage, you'll end up with that nice, crispy, golden brown, fried texture that everybody is looking for. You can use your left hand for the first and third containers and your right for the middle, and end up with 1 wet hand and 1 dry hand, which makes cleanup a bit easier. Don't forget to check on your rice. This is done at this point, so we can go ahead and take it off of the heat. With our rice finished and our cutlets prepped, we're ready for the main event. Heat enough oil to fry your cutlets in a wok or large pot to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and start frying. Use metal tongs or a spider to manipulate the cutlets to keep enough distance from the hot oil, and never fill your container more than halfway. Fry until just before the desired color, as the cutlets will darken slightly out of the oil. Transfer them to a wire rack to allow the air to circulate and breading to continue to crisp, and hit them with a bit of kosher salt while the oil is still hot. Once you can touch them, transfer them back to your work surface and thinly slice them all the way through. This is a good time to check the cook on your pork. If it's a little pink, just make sure to check the cook again after we steam them before plating. Next, thinly slice an onion and shred some cabbage. We'll be using the onion on top of our final dish for plating, as well as in our broth, and we'll use the finely shredded cabbage to plate. Also chop some scallions for our egg mixture that we're going to steam, as well as for plating. The final part of the cook is our broth or steaming liquid, where we'll cook our egg mixture, onions, and finally our cutlet. We're going to combine water, light soy sauce, ponzu, mirin, rice vinegar, and 2 spoonfuls of sugar, and bring to a hard simmer before adding our onions. We want to reduce this by about half by the time that we plate. Next, we'll get our egg mixture ready. So crack about 3 or 4 eggs into a bowl, add our chopped green onions, and stir to combine. When your steaming liquid is reduced enough, slide 1 sliced cutlet into the pan and cover with a lid. After a few minutes of steaming, transfer the cutlet to a bowl with a bit of our rice and with some of our shredded cabbage on the side or as a bed for the cutlet. Return to the steaming liquid and add our egg mixture, then cook until fluffy but not too runny. Serve the eggs directly on top of the cutlet. You can also cook the egg mixture on top of the cutlet while it steams as an alternative. Garnish with green onion and Kewpie mayonnaise, which we're actually going to learn how to make in my next video, so subscribe and stay tuned. See you guys next time.